the one that started all this.
We know how
He was too good shooting in marbles, that's all I can tell you. But when the time came for us to get married, I wasn't sure. I kind of wondered, is this going to last forever? Because that's what I wanted. And I thank God that He did put a man in my life, that no matter what I've done, He's always been able to say, oh, it's all right, babe. I asked him one day, probably we've been married about 15 years, I said, honey, what if I get great big and fat? He said, if you get too fat to fit through the sliding door, I might kind of mention it. But He's always been there. He's always been able to support our family. And we raise the children, hopefully to know that the love of God is the most important thing you can ever have in your life. It takes three to make a marriage. When the hard times come, you need to lean on something stronger than yourself, and that something is God. When the times come and you don't know what in the world you're going to do, and you're looking at a sick child, or you're standing beside their bedside like I did with my son, you have to know someone you can call on, because you can't get through by yourself. And I thank the Lord for each and every one of my children in defense of heart, not having too much to say.
She's coming.
His father. He's a man of few words. Just the other night, my husband finally really was talking to me over the dinner table. And he told me some things that he did when he was a kid that I'd never heard about before. And I said, you know what, you could have shared this 50 years ago. And I'm so thankful for him, and I know that he loves me. And that's what counts. Love isn't always where you think you'll find it. Sometimes it surprises you. But the love of God has kept us together, and I thank the Lord for every one of you that are here. It's so good to see old friends, newer friends, and both their families.
And an old cousin.
And an old cousin. But you know what? In defense of what you did, you had old cousin.
Well, the house I'm living in is very old. But my spirit is still young.
Yes, her spirit is still young. And in defense of that, too, I can remember when I used to idolize her when I was a child. I thought she was the most beautiful girl in the world, and I wanted to swim like she swam.
Well, you've exceeded everything I've ever done. So
I don't think so, but
what I tell you.
here, honey, give him a word or two.
I love you. Like you said, I'm a man of few words. It all started with one of these. The sign out front. Fourth grade, she was in the fourth and I was in the fifth. I was sixth. Shooting marbles. I had no idea she was stalking me. I didn't carry on until I was in the ninth grade and she came up to junior high stalking me. On the stairway, I was going through one of my classes. She's standing there watching for me to come up the steps. But the end of the story is I'm glad she was stalking me.
Aubrey.
She chased me until I called her, amen? I just want to thank everybody that's here, especially my children. I love them all dearly, very, very much, and all my grandchildren, nieces, nephews, uncles, aunts, whoever's here, friends, James, my partner in pool, the guy right across from me is our opponent. The other one go here with the blue coat on. Stand up.
Stand up, Tom.
H.
Stand up, H. Stand up, James.
James, that's my partner. The other two is our opponents. We have a lot of good time. We have a lot of good time. So I thank you guys for being here. No lie. Anyway, I just love everybody that's here.
All right.
Hard
You
workers.
can't hear
Yes,
people,
ma'am.
in case you don't know, you can't hear.
Oh, yeah.
Right there in front of you.
We got
It's right there in front of you.
real hard worker. And, I was told that marriage is not 50-50. It's 80-80. Because if you put in 50%, you're gonna get out 50%. These folks here have put in 80% their entire lives together. Thank you. I'm gonna tell one story. It was out on our pontoon on Clear Lake. He was standing right on the end of the pontoon. And they started, you know.
I used to be a big boy, I don't know if you noticed.
We were right on the nose of the pontoon. I was goose throttling it off on it. And it started rocking pretty good. All of a sudden it took a nosedive. 2 steps, he was behind me. And his eyes got that big. It was a little scary, but afterwards it was funny. And I just want to thank everybody that's here. I appreciate each and every one of you. And this is what it's all about. This is what family is. Not just me and my wife and our 6 kids, but everybody that's here is showing love for one another. And that's what it's all about. And like somebody was saying earlier, it takes the Lord to do it. I can't do it. My wife can't do it by herself. It takes Him. And any problem that we might have, any question that we might have, we get the answer from Him. Because He is the one that's leading and guiding us in this day. And my prayer today, as I get ready to hush, my prayer today is that everybody in here go to heaven with me.
Amen.
Good night. I love y'all.